Good morning.
Morning.
They didn't believe that you were coming.
Sorry I'm late.
He's holding up production. Good. Perfect. Now you must say hello in the morning.
I said hello, I waved.
Okay.
And I said sorry I'm late.
All right, good. All right. Find a nice comfortable seat. Good morning all. If you're just coming in and I haven't had a chance to say hello to you. Let's take a few moments to ground ourselves. So find a comfortable seated position, spine long and straight. You can rest your hands on your knees or in your lap. And just take a few regular breaths here to settle in. Make no effort to control the breath. As you begin to settle in, it will regulate itself. As you settle into the breath, press into the sit bones, sit up a little bit taller. Feel the crown of the head reaching for the sky. Allow your shoulders to relax and all the muscles of the face as well. As soon as you feel comfortable, you can start to find a nice rhythmical breathing pattern, inhaling for the count of 3 or 4, and exhaling for 3 or 4. So as you inhale, feel the abdomen and the chest start to rise. As you exhale, allow the abdomen to fall back towards the spine. Nice, steady breath. Take another 3 rounds of breaths here. Continue with your regular breath. Continue to sit up nice and tall and keep your eyes closed. Bringing your hands to the heart center, thumbs at the center of the chest. You can bow your head in gratitude. Take a moment here to set a dedication for your practice today. We'll begin this practice with the sound of 3 ohms. Take a deep breath in. And all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. Namaste. You can remain seated just for a moment longer. I would love to share with you. My teacher inspires me every day, so I hope to pass it on to you. Prem Sadasivananda writes, "Love is the experience of oneness. We feel that the other is no different from us. The same life that is within us throbs in the heart of others. In love, we transcend from the form and the name of a being, their external characteristics. We feel this when we look into the eyes of our beloved, a child, a pet. Try looking in the same way into the eyes of a homeless person or those destitute and suffering, and you will see the reflection of, or even better say, your own self. What a magnanimous experience. It's always such a good reminder that we are all the same, we are all one, and that loving yourself is in fact loving others. With that, we'll show ourselves a little self-love by practicing today. We're going to come into a child's pose. So you can take a moment to settle yourself in. You can sit on a block or a pillow if you need to. You can keep the knees wide or close together, however you feel comfortable in this child's pose. We'll take a few breaths here just to get us started. So you can rest your head, the forehead on the pillow or your hands, or maybe the mat. Feel that nice natural rounding of the spine, tailbone heavy. Let your sit bones rest on the heels if they can. Let go of intention in the shoulders or the face. If it's too much to keep the arms extended because your shoulders are throbbing or aching, bring the arms behind you instead. We'll take another 2 breaths here. Good. We're going to meet in the Sphinx Pose. So take your time. You can either brush your nose along the tip of the mat and slide into a Sphinx, or you can just roll yourself up and come onto the belly. Again, we're just getting started. If it feels better to separate your feet at this moment, go ahead and separate your feet as wide as your hips. Stack the shoulders over the wrist. So press into the pelvic bone, the pubic bone, the tops of the feet, and the elbows. Engage the muscles of the seat and slide the back of the heart through the arms. You can keep your gaze in line with the chest. Feel a gentle stretch across the low back. We'll take another 2 breaths. Good. You have the option to stay here, or you can take the right fingers and pointing towards the left hand, so you're in a nice 45-degree angle. Bending the left knee, you can reach back, maybe grab hold of the foot, the ankle, the pant leg. Not coming up too high. Press into the right elbow, lift the left thigh off the mat, and just kick the foot into the hand. When you're ready to release, lower the left leg, bring the left arm forward, and we'll switch to the other side. Left arm comes across, nice diagonal, bend the right knee. So shift the weight onto the left elbow, grab hold of the foot, ankle, or pant leg. Again, you can stay nice and low without lifting the thigh, just press into the elbow, or peel the thigh off the mat and kick the foot into the hand. Good. Gently release the right leg down. Bring the right arm forward. Slide the hand under the shoulder, forehead touches the mat. We're going to come into a wide-legged child's pose. So you can keep the knees wide if they are. Press the seat back, knees towards the outer edges of the mat, big toes touch. Again, complete surrender, just for another breath or 2. If you're in the wide-legged position, let the abdomen fall with the legs. Make no effort to hold on to anything, no tension. We're going to roll forward into a tabletop position, nice and slow. Stack the shoulders over the wrists, tuck the toes, and bring the knees back together or underneath the hips. We're going to come into a downward facing dog, so ground to the thumb and forefinger, tuck the toes, and draw both hips back. Take a moment here, you can start to pedal out the heels. Take an alternating calf stretch, readjust the shape if you need to. Pressing into the thumb and forefinger, let go of any tension in the shoulders. Let the head be heavy. Coming back into the downward facing dog. You're going to lift the right foot and bring it behind the left calf if you can. You're going to rock up onto the ball of the left foot, nice little calf stretch. Lower the left heel down. Rock up onto the ball of the foot, hold, go back down. 3 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. 2 more. Good. Last one. Good. Release that left heel down. You can resume the downward facing dog or take a 3-legged dog, lifting the right toes up towards the sky. Again, pressing into the thumb and forefinger, keep the shoulders square. Feel free to bend the knee if it feels okay to open the hips. Good. Coming back to the 3-legged dog. Soft bend in the left knee. You're going to set your gaze forward and step the right foot through the hands. Come into equestrian pose. Nice low lunge. Tap the fingers. Drop the left knee down. As you press into the fingers, roll the heart up. Relax the shoulders. If this is too much to be on the left knee, you can always extend the leg back behind you. No pressure. Take another breath. We're going to take a runner's lunge from here, so slide the hips back, straightening out the front leg. You can stay up nice and tall here on the fingers or use some blocks. If you feel okay, press into the heel and draw toes towards the face. If you wish to go further, you fold over the leg. One more breath. If you're folding over the leg, press into the hands, lengthen the arms, stay where you are. We're going to take a little twist, shifting the weight into the left hand. Reach the right fingers up. If your balance is off, you can stay in the runner's lunge. Try to relax that left shoulder, so draw it away from the ear. Release the right hand down to frame the foot. We're going to come back to the equestrian pose, so bend the front knee, take a breath here. Then we're going to walk ourselves to a wide-legged fold. Take your time. Toes are tucked on the left foot. Lift the knee off the mat and start to walk the hands towards the long edge of the mat. We're just going to find a nice long spine here, so keep the hands into the shoulders. Press into the heel of the palm, draw the shoulders down the back, find a nice V shape. At the same time, press equally into all 4 corners of both feet. Let the tailbone reach back and the crown of the head forward, so you can hug the belly into the spine. One more breath. Now we're going to walk our hands to the back of the mat, coming into equestrian pose on the opposite side. You're just going to repeat everything you did on the left side. Release the right knee down. Pressing the fingers, roll the shoulders down, lift the heart. Another breath. Moving into that runner's lunge, slide both hips back. Placing the hands wherever they need to be, you can use blocks to come up a little taller. And if it feels okay, press in the heel and draw the toes towards the face. If you wish to go further, fold over the leg, bend the elbows towards the ground. Staying in the runner's lunge, you can lengthen the arms if you're all the way down. Pressing the right hand, twist the left arm up towards the sky. Try not to collapse on that supporting arm. Gently release the left thing down. Come back to the equestrian pose, and in the left front knee. We're going to take that walk back to the center of the mat. Tuck the toes on the back foot, lift the knee, and walk the hands along into the mat. You can stay in the same variation that you took before, or you can walk the hands back just a little bit, maybe line the heel or the palm up. With the inner arches of the feet, bending the elbows, lowering a little bit down. Tailbone lifts up, crown of the head reaches towards the earth and the shoulders relax. Rise into the arms, lengthen the spine. We're going to walk back towards the front edge of the mat. So pivot both feet and we'll take a lizard pose. You're up nice and tall, stack the shoulders under the wrist. We're not going down. We're going to keep the right foot to the outside of the right pinky finger and rock the hips back and forth. Let the spine be long and straight, crown of the head moves forward. You don't need to look ahead. Just maybe keep your gaze at the front of the mat. Try not to let that spine, the head, and neck drop. Good. You can stay here in this lizard, or I'll show you if it's available. Go onto the blade of the left foot and turn the right toes out to the other long edge of the mat. Press the thigh away from the body. So here we're getting into that IT band. We won't stay too long. Come back to that lizard pose, reset, and then step the right foot back to meet the left tall plank. Let's take our first vinyasa here, knees, chest, chin, or for chaturanga. I'm going to do knees, chest, chin. So lower the knees, the chest, resting the chin of the forehead on the mat. Stay here for a breath. If this doesn't work, you can stay in a tabletop position on all fours. If you wish to go further, slide the hands back behind you. Interlace the fingers and draw the shoulders away. Point your fingers towards the sky or the back wall. Releasing the hands, place them under the shoulders. Elbows hug the side body. Roll yourself forward. Come back to that Sphinx Pose. Again, take another breath here. Get comfortable. Take the feet wide if you wish, or bring them together. It's up to you. Press into the elbows, spread the fingers wide, and slide the back of the heart through the arms. Shoulders rolling down the back. This time, if you wish, you can press into the hands. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Lift up a little higher. The option to walk the hands closer to the body, lifting up a little bit taller. If you come all the way up, you can set your gaze over the left shoulder, find the left heel. Back to the center. Look over the right. And back to the center. Lowering down to the elbows. Release the forehead to the mat. Hands on the shoulders. We'll press back into a downward facing dog. Take your time. Roll through all fours if you need. Draw the tailbone back. Good. Start to pedal out the heels one more time. Rocking the hips from side to side. We're going to take that calf stretch on the opposite leg. Tuck the left toes behind the right leg. Roll up onto the ball of the right foot. Let the heel rock back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower the heel. 3 more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. You can stay here, come into a regular downward dog, or come into the 3-legged dog. Left toes extending towards the sky. Press into the thumb and forefinger, reach the toes up. Option to bend the knee, open the hips. Okay. Coming back to the 3-legged dog. We're going to roll forward into that nice equestrian pose. Set your gaze forward, soft bend the left right knee if you need, and bring the left foot between the hands. Reset whatever you need. Try not to collapse on that left thigh. So pressing the fingers, roll the shoulders down, lift the heart. Take another breath. Nice slow warm up to start. We're going to take that runner's lunge again. Slide the hips back. Try to keep them even. Any variation you took before, you can repeat again. Press into the heels, draw the toes back, lower the forearms maybe to the ground. Breathe to the underside of the left leg. Returning to the equestrian pose. We're going to come back into that wide-legged forward fold. Tuck the toes on the back foot, lift the knee. Start to walk the hands to the long edge of the mat. So all 10 toes face the long edge of the mat. You can grab hold of, you can wrap all 10 fingers around the blades of the feet or take any variation you did before. Maybe the crown of the head reaching towards the earth, tailbone lifts up. You can stay here or take a little twist. Walk the right hand over to the left ankle. Grab hold of whatever you can. It could be the shin, the leg, the heel. Twist the left arm up towards the sky. The option to reach around, grab the inner right thigh. Feels okay, and lifting the heart towards the sky. When you're ready to release out of the twist, gently lower the left hand down. We're going to walk over to the other side. Left hand reaches for whatever it can. It can be up nice and high on the leg. Send the right fingers towards the sky. If you have a bind, feel free to take it. Grab the inner left thigh. When you're ready to release, you can gently release. Lower the hands down, come back to that nice flat back. We're going to take equestrian pose on the right leg now. So walk the hands to the back of the mat, pivot the toes, bend the left knee, lower the knee to the earth, press with the fingers, lift the heart. Straightening out that front leg, find your runner's lunge. Whatever works for you, staying up tall or coming down on the low. Drawing the toes towards the face. Coming back to the equestrian pose. We're going to come back to Krasavika, the wide-legged fold. Tuck the toes, lift the knee, walk the hands back. Good. Another fold if you wish. You can take another twist if you wish. If you take the twist, gently release and come to the other side. This is your practice, do what feels best. You can add things or leave them out. When you're ready to release, you can gently lower the hands onto the shoulders. We're going to walk the hands to the front of the mat, come into a lizard pose. Good. Take a moment, readjust. So keep the back knee up off the mat. Square the shoulders over the wrist. So if you feel like the hands are underneath the face, walk them over and walk the left foot to the long edge of the mat. Rock back and forth, back and forth. You have the option to stay here, or you can take the IT band stretch. Shifting the weight to the right hand, turning the left toes towards the long edge of the mat, and rolling onto the blade of the right foot. Use the left hand, press the thigh away, or roll the heart up. Breathe. Good. Gently release, return to the lizard. If it's available, you're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, squatting pose. Just step that foot forward, or you can take a few steps forward. Drop the tailbone, use the elbows to press the knees away, thumbs to the heart. Good. We're going to come into a nice fold, so release the hands. Roll the seat halfway up. Grab hold of both elbows, let the body hang. Let go of any tension in the low back, the shoulders, the head, the neck. Keep the heels rooted to the earth, and maybe you can sweep the body weight forward towards the balls of the feet. When you're ready to come up, bend the knees, pressing the feet, roll yourself up. One vertebrae at a time. Good. Heel toe the feet together. Come to mountain pose. Take a moment, you can close your eyes, feel the energy moving through the body, gentle stretches to open us up. Release the arms by your side. Take a resting breath here. We're going to move into some variations of sun salutation, so do your best to follow along. We'll be moving into some standing postures with them. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Press on the feet, lift the back of the heart towards the sky. Stay for a breath. On your next exhale, fold over the legs. Bend the knees if you need to. Again, blocks are nice and handy here. Place them around the feet. Let the crown of the head reach down, tailbone lift up. Stay here for a moment. If it's available, bring your hands to the shins or the top of the feet, and inhale, come halfway up. Nice flat back. Tailbone reaches back, crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold. Release the hands. Soft bend on the knees as you inhale, step the right leg all the way back. Release the knee. Equestrian pose. If you feel okay here, start to lift the arms up overhead. Sink the hips forward and down. Reach the heart up. Any variation with the arms are fine. Clasping the hands. Or bring the palms forward. See what works best today. Good. Gently release the hands to frame the foot. Bring the left arm to the inside of the left foot and create a little space. Heel toe the left foot over so you can line the shoulder and the knee to touch. Take a triangle pose here, easy triangle. Press the knee and shoulder into each other. Reach the right arm up. Sink the hips down. Good. Gently releasing the right hand down. We're going to slide the hips back. Find this nice 90-degree angle with the legs. So bring the left ankle under the knee. Inhale, right arm comes up. Relax the shoulder. You're going to twist over to the left side. You can bring the right hand touch the back of the leg. Sweep the left arm open. If you go a little further, bring the back of the arms to touch. Hands to the center of the chest. Maybe a bind. One more breath. Set your gaze down towards the left foot and release the hands. Make your way back to a nice tall plank. Take your time. And a nice strong plank. Pressing the thumb and forefinger. Allow all the knuckles of the fingers to press into the earth. Crown of the head's moving forward, heels rooting back. Whenever you're ready, you can lower the body, knees, chest, and chin. Ashtanga Namaskar. Good. Stay here for another breath, or you can stay in tabletop. Maybe again, slide the hands behind you, draw the shoulders down the back, point your fingers away. When you're ready to release, place the hand under the shoulders. As you inhale, slide the heart forward, baby cobra. Releasing the forehead to touch the mat. Press back, downward facing dog, no rush. Good. Drawing the tailbone back. Option to lift the right leg up, three-legged dog, extend the toe up towards the sky. Once again, you can bend that knee, open up the hip. Coming back with a three-legged dog. We're going to step the right foot forward and make our way into a warrior two. Take your time, roll forward. Right foot steps through the hand, pivot the left heel down. Inhale, cartwheel the arms up. Readjust whatever you need here. The left leg of the foot is pressing towards the back of the mat. Right knee directly over the ankle. The hips and shoulders square with the long edge of the mat. You can check the left arm. See that's in line with the front. Good. Come back to the breath. Good. One more breath. We're going to take a peaceful warrior. Left fingers reach back. Turn the right palm up. Keep the legs as they are. Reach it up and across the body. Good. One more breath. Returning to the warrior two. Begin to straighten out that front leg. Prepare for triangle. Pressing the feet. Engage the muscles above the knee. Start to shift the weight forward. Resting your hands on the shin. Turn your left fingers towards the sky. Imagine your back pressing against the wall. So you have the support there. Heart's open. Try not to collapse on this right arm. So you're using the legs, the feet as the foundation here to keep you nice and steady. Good. When you're ready to release, press firmly to the feet. Inhale, left, lift up. Return to warrior two, bend that front knee. Then cartwheel the hands down. Step back to a nice tall plank. Good. Take another breath. Whenever you're ready, you can lower the knees, the chest and the chin. Again, Shubham Namaskar. Any variation, you're good. Bringing the hands behind you or keeping them where they are. Releasing the hands. As you inhale, slide heart forward, baby cobra. Release the forehead, press back, downward facing dog. Good. Join both hips back, ground to the thumb, forefinger. The option is come into that three-legged dog. Send the left toes up towards the sky. Bending the left knee, opening up the hip. Come back to the three-legged dog. With control, warrior two. Slowly roll forward. Step the left foot through the hand. Pivot the right heel down. Cartwheel the arms up and open. Good. Readjust whatever you need. Move that left knee is directly over the ankle. Shoulders relaxed. Nice, strong warrior. Check in with the body. See how it feels. Another 2 breaths. Peaceful warrior. Release the right hand, tip the left palm up. Reach up and over. The left shoulder relaxes as you reach back. Returning through warrior two. Prepare for triangle. Straighten out that front leg. Ground to the feet. Draw up above the kneecaps and engage the muscles there. Shift the left arm forward, fingers reaching towards the front of the mat. Move into your variation of triangle. Again, make the feet the base. Just drop the microphone. Good. Try not to collapse on that left arm. It's just there to help support the body a little. Another breath. Whenever you're ready, return to the warrior two. Inhale, lift up. Bend that left front knee, stay for a breath. Good. Gently cartwheel the arms down. Step back into that nice tall plank. Good. One more vinyasa, lowering the body, knees, chest, and chin. As you inhale, you can slide the heart forward. As you exhale, press the hips back. Good. through the hands, release the left knee down. Equestrian pose or Vinyasa. Any variation, you can lift up the arms. Good. One more breath. When you're ready to release, you can gently lower the arms down, bring the right arm to the inside of the right leg. Create the space you need for that easy triangle. Left, right shoulder is hugging the knee, extend the left fingers towards the sky. Allow the hips to drop forward. Good. When you're ready to release, lower the left hand down. We'll take that spinal twist on the opposite side. Tuck the toes on the back, draw the hips back. I'll show you this angle. So find that nice 90-degree box lunge. Left arm lifts up. You can bring it across the thigh and open the arm towards the back wall. Or bring the entire arm, the underarm to meet the knee, thumbs to the chest. There goes the microphone again. Good. One more breath. Turning your gaze down to the right foot. Release the hands to the floor. And this time we're going to step the left foot forward to meet the right. Uttanasana. Shift the weight forward. Bring the feet together. Fold over the legs. Bend the knees if you need to. Let the weight be heavy. Let go of any tension in the head, neck, and shoulders. We're going to come up halfway so you can rest your hand on the shins or the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Arms in line with the ears if you can. Ground through the feet. If it feels okay, shift the weight forward, engage the sit bone muscles, and draw the back of the heart towards the sky. Good. Exhale, bring the hands back to the heart. Release the arms by your side. Take a moment, come back to the breath. Good. You can stick halfway down the mat. We're going to come into a forward triangle and maybe another standing pose. So from here, if you have a chair handy or you need blocks, go ahead and bring them close to you or put them in the hands. Keep the left foot back and step the right foot forward. So we're going to start by interlacing our hands behind the back. If that doesn't work, you can place the hands on the hips. Fingers facing up and roll the heart up. If you can, you draw the shoulders down the back, lift the heart. Good. So the feet are on two lines. The left foot has a slight angle. As you exhale, you can start to fold over that front leg. Forward triangle. Releasing the hands if you need to support the body. Stay for a breath or two. Now, if this is enough for you, again, put your hands on blocks or a chair if you need it and don't come down so low. If you feel comfortable and you want to come a little deeper, you release the hands to the mat. Press into the heel of the palm, let the fingers face the back of the mat. You can keep the hips back. Start to lift the left foot up off the floor, bring the heel towards the seat and the knees in line. Flamingo. Good. Whatever variation you are in, you're going to gently release. That left heel is towards the seat. Step back to the forward triangle. Bring your hands to the hips. Inhale, lift all the way up. Good. Feet are super important in these postures. Once again, interlace the hands behind your back. We're going to come into a warrior three. If you have a chair handy, go ahead and rest your hands on the chair. Shift the weight forward. Make yourself into a nice letter T. Extend that left leg up behind you. Keep your gaze forward. Try to keep the hips and shoulders squared. Good. When you're ready to release, gently step back and release the arms by your side. Bring the feet together. We're going to switch to the other side. So now the left leg's forward, right leg steps back. Readjust the legs however you need. Take a moment, come back to the breath. The option to interlace the hands or bring the hands to the hips, draw the shoulders down, lift the back of the heart, press firmly into the feet. When you're ready, come into forward triangle, shift the hips back, lead with the heart. So if the hands are still clasped, the fingers can point towards the sky, rolling the chest across the top of the leg. It's okay if you shake a little. Again, listen to your body. This is your practice, not mine. If you took the variation of flamingo, you can release the hands, the legs stay as they are. Press into the heel palm, spread the fingers, and let them face behind you. You can shift the weight forward a little bit just to lift the right foot. And draw that heel into the seat. Maybe draw your knees in line. When you're ready to release, lower that right foot down. If you're in the flamingo, come back to the forward triangle. Bring your hands to the hips. Roll yourself up to stand. Good. Warrior three. Keep your hands on the hips or interlace them behind you. Shift the weight forward. Take a moment, come back to balance. See how you feel. When you're ready, soften in that standing leg. Try not to hyperextend that knee. Just keep lifting that back leg up. Engage that leg. Keep it super strong. Crown of the head moves forward. Good. When you're ready to release, gently lift yourself up. And with control, bring the feet back together. Good. Shake out the legs, release the arms by your side. We're going to come into some kneeling postures now. So you're going to walk towards the back of the mat. If it feels comfortable, just lower yourself down to the knees in Hero's Pose. Otherwise, you can take a seat in the chair or extend the legs out in front just for a moment. If you're in the Hero's Pose, just rest your hands on the tops of the thighs. Relax the shoulders and let the crown of the head lift up. Draw the navel in and tuck the chin slightly in so the neck is long. Take another breath here. If you have a headstand practice, you can go ahead and take it. I'll show you variations. The first variation, if you don't want to do any inversions, is hare pose. You come back to that child's pose-like position and extend the arms behind you. Press the fingers towards the back of the mat and relax the shoulders. This is variation 1, Shashankrasana. If you wish to take this a little further, you slide the weight forward, coming onto the crown of the head, keep the arms as they are. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. So now you get used to the weight on the crown of the head. If you can go a little further than that, you can shift the weight back and measure the distance of the elbows. So you have this nice triangle base here. Once you release the hands from the elbows, don't widen the stance. This is your foundation. You can open the hands into a soft basket, whether that's clasping the fingers or one in front of the other. I like this better. Place the crown of the head on the floor. Now you can stay here and just get used to the weight on the elbows and the crown of the head. Or you can tuck the toes and draw the hips up. You can play with that here. Make sure you relax the shoulders once you get there. You can walk the feet towards the face, stacking the hips over the shoulder. So eventually gravity will take you up. Bending one knee, lowering it down, maybe the other. If you want, you can bend both knees, create a soft little egg shape. Tailbone reaches up. And then maybe lift the knees up. You're still not that high. For some, they like to split the legs. You can find a better center of gravity here. You can try splitting them in different directions. Or just extend the feet towards the sky. Drawing the navel towards the spine, not holding the breath. So most of the weight is on the forearms. No tension in the neck, toes reaching towards the sky. Feel free to stay here for another breath or two. I'm going to release out and show you the dolphin. You can lower the legs down with control. Take a child's pose for a moment when you're done with your headstand. If you wanted to try the dolphin, same thing, measure the distance of the elbows. Bring the hands in front, You can let the thumbs touch, or you can interlace the hands and rest the sides of the blades of the hand here. Tuck the toes, keep your gaze at the thumbs. Come up into that forearm downward dog. So the option is stay here or weave back and forth. Chin comes over the knuckles. Then you can press the back of the heart towards the thighs. Roll forward. Press back. You can take a few rocks back and forth here, just building some strength in the arms to support you during other variations and inversions. This will help you with your headstand and your forearm stand. If you're in the dolphin, you can come straight up into the forearm stand if you have it in your practice. 2 more times, forward and back. Good. When you're ready to release, wherever you are, we'll come into a child's pose and take a breath there. Any variation of your child's pose, arms extended behind you or in front. You can tuck your toes, you can sit on a block or a pillow. Good. Make sure your breath is nice and soft, so let it just come back to natural for a moment. If you have any tension in the shoulders or the neck from your inversion, you're going to take the hands and make a basket and bring it to the base of the skull. Let your elbows touch the earth. If you feel okay there, just bring the back of the head up. Imagine you're trying to lift the head off the mat. Relax the shoulders and feel that stretch to the back of the neck and the tops of the shoulder. And then gently release it back down. You have the option here, you can just roll onto your back and prepare for a shoulder stand, or take another vinyasa. Do we just roll forward, tuck the hips back, downward facing dog, plank pose, lower the body weight down, cobra or upward facing, downward facing dog and stay. Now here you can either step, walk, or float the feet to the front of the mat and come to a seat. Soften the knees, take your time, tucking the knees into the body. And this, good. And try to slide the feet through the arms. Good. To sit nice and tall, coming into staff pose first. Bring the hands back behind you just for a moment. Draw the shoulders down the back, press the heart up. Gently release. Lifting the arms up, we'll take a fold before we come into the shoulder stand. Exhale over the legs. Good. Resting the arms wherever they need to be. You can grab hold of the big toes. Bend the knees if you need to. The chest is resting on the thighs. Complete surrender. Take another breath. When you're ready to release out of the pose, gently extend the arms forward. Inhale, press up to sit. Release the arms by your side. Good. We're going to come into shoulder stand. We're sleeping tighter. So extend the arms forward. Roll yourself back nice and slow. If this isn't working, you can just lay back and take a breath there. Good. Once you lie back on the mat, let the entire body just spread across the floor. Separate your feet just for a moment, the width of the hips, and rock the feet from side to side, and maybe the hips from side to side. Press into the back of the head, lift the shoulders, and settle them back down. So you're gonna make that space here to come up in the shoulder stand. If you have a ponytail, slide it away from the base of the skull. Good. Once you're ready, bring the feet back together, press into the hands and lift the legs up. Allow the sacrum, the low back to touch the earth. If this is enough, stay here and just raise the arms. If you can use a little momentum. Just swing the legs up, catch hold of the low back. Once you're here, you can make some adjustments, either with the legs straight or bring them to the forehead, the knees. Walk the hands higher up on the back as you walk the elbows closer to the midline of the spine. Once you're ready, extend the legs up one more time. Come up nice and tall. Now try not to move your head from side to side. You want your gaze up, or close your eyes and just focus on the breath. Drawing in small sips of air, let the belly fill Try to soften any tension from the face. Again, if you need to make adjustments, you can come up a little higher as you settle in. Take another 2 breaths. If you're in the sleeping tiger, stay. If you're in the shoulder stand, we'll meet and plow, either bending the knees and bringing them to the forehead, or gently lowering the legs back behind you. You can keep the hands supporting the low back, or take any of the variation you have. Stay here for another 2 breaths. Small sips of air. Might not be comfortable on the throat, that's okay, as long as you're breathing. When you're ready to release out of the pose, gently lift the legs back up if you can. Back to the shoulder stand, toes towards the sky. When you want to release out, you can either bring the toes halfway down the wall behind you or cartwheel into your first bridge pose, one leg and then the other. You can reverse the hands so the hands cradle the hips. The feet are stacked underneath the knees. If you just rolled out of the plow, you can meet us in bridge, any variation of bridge. So press firmly into the feet, lifting the hip points. Try not to let the knees splay out to the side. If you're up nice and tall from the shoulder stand, you can feel the chest roll towards the chin. You can stay here. If you have the support of the arms and you feel strong enough, extend one leg at a time down the length of the mat. This is full bridge. Hips reaching towards the sky. Feet flat at the top of the mat. Good. When you're ready to release out of the pose, walk the feet back underneath the knees if they're not there, and gently lower the hips to touch the earth. Keep the bend in the knees. Release the shoulders from under the back. Allow the back of the head to press in the earth. The spine is nice and long. Draw the right knee into the chest. Good. Releasing the right knee. Hug the left knee into the body. As you hug the left knee, feel the low back press into the earth, and again the back of the head. Moving into the fish pose, release the left knee, extend both legs down the mat. If this is your first time doing fish, you can watch. Bring the arms alongside your body and the legs close together. You're gonna rock from side to side and hide the arms completely. Let the thumbs touch. So the elbows walk closer to the midline of the spine as well. As soon as you feel comfortable, as you inhale, press into the elbows and puff up the chest. So imagine there's a stream leading the heart towards the sky. You can stay here, you can look at the toes, or you can set your gaze back behind you and gently lower the crown of the head to touch the earth. All the way to the backs of the arms, the elbows, the hands, no tension in the neck. Breathe in and out of the heart center. You want to try a gentle stretch of the neck. Take the lower lip and bring it over the top lip. So you just reach it over. And gently release. Stay here for another breath if you wish. If you have any of the variation of fish, you can release the hands, balancing on the top of the head. Bring the hands to prayer in front and extend the legs out in front. If that feels good, breath of fire. When you're ready to release, Gently release the head, neck, and shoulders. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Let your arms fall by your side and separate your feet hips width apart. Take a resting breath here. We'll take one more back bend from our backside, and with the option later to stay here. Good. This time you can take a bridge or a wheel. Whenever you're ready, set up for your second bridge. Draw the heels close to the seat, knees towards the sky, and readjust whatever you need. By pressing the feet, I lift my hips and walk the seat closer to the heels. Maybe this time you're wrapping your hands around the ankles or interlacing your hands below the seat. Good. Inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips up nice and high. Stay for a breath or two. If you wish to go into a wheel, release the hands and bring them soft by the ears. Keeping the knees nice and close, not too wide. Slide onto the crown of the head. Turn the hands the other way and press yourself up. You can come up onto the toes and walk them closer to the hands. Heart slides through the arms, shoulders relax. Breathe, keep pressing the hips up. When you're ready to release out of your bridge or wheel, slowly lower yourself back down. Good. Take a resting breath here. Again, the option to bend one knee at a time into the body. Feel the low back press into the earth. After deep back bends, I don't like to bend both knees right away. Good. And then after both, you can wrap both up into your arms if you wish. We're going to come up to sit. You have the option. You can rock back and forth a few times until you come up to sit, or you can just roll to a fetal position and meet us in a seated position. You can slide the hand under the thighs, use a little momentum, rock back, then forth, and back, and forth, massaging the entire length of the spine. 2 more. Good. Come up to sit. Take a moment wherever you are and readjust. Keep the soft bend in the knees, the feet on the floor. Sit up nice and tall. Good. You can wrap your hands around the shin, pressing the tailbone, lift the heart. If it's available, we're going to come into boat pose. So you can balance the weight on the tailbone, lifting the chest up, even without lifting the feet off the floor. Maybe one, maybe both. Maybe extend the arms. So lifting the back of the heart up, you're balancing on the seat. Maybe extending the legs and lifting the gaze up. Good. Staying for 5, 4, 3. What comes next?
4.
4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bend the knees, sit up nice and tall. We'll do that one more time. Done said 3 times, so maybe 3 times. You're not making friends today. Good. Whenever you're ready, your second boat pose, Navasana. Balancing on the tailbone, lifting the heart. Any variation you took before. Building some strength in the body. Extending the arms, extending the legs if you feel good. Good. Relax the shoulders and the face muscles. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release. Sit up nice and tall. Good. Take a resting breath there. We will do one more because I love everything in 3s. So get ready for your final one. This time you can extend the arms forward and do a twist with them. Find whatever position you need, even if the feet are on the ground. Bring your hands to prayer maybe. Extend the left fingers back and reach. Close the back of that. Come forward. Right arm reaches back. Come forward. Good. 2 more each side. Reach. Forward. Reach. Forward. 1 more each side. Keep smiling. It's almost over. Good. Support the knees. Lower the heels. Sit up nice and tall. Well done. Let's roll onto our bellies. Good. We'll meet in a Sphinx Pose. Start with your feet wide. Rock the hips from side to side. Come back to the breath. Elbows under the shoulders. Again, you can spread the fingers wide if that feels good. I kind of like the way that feels. Press into the elbows for a moment and the tops of the feet. You don't even want to feel the knees on the earth. And slide the back of the heart forward. Good. You have the option to repeat this 2 more times, or we're going to try for a Locust Pose. So you can stay up nice and tall and you can watch first. We're not going too deep today. You're going to slide the hands under the shoulders, release the forehead, bring the feet together. And then bring the arms back behind you. If that feels okay, rock back and forth. Slide the body weight onto the arms. Good, reset there. Good. If and when you're ready, press into the top of the left foot gently. Extend the right leg up behind you. Point the toes. Good. And then gently lower back down. Take a resting breath here. Readjust the arms. Switching to the opposite side. The chin of the forehead rests. Press in the top of the right foot. Extend the left leg up. Engage the muscles of the seat and draw that foot towards the sky. Good. And gently release back down. Release yourself to one side of the head. Release the arms. Resting breath there. Good. We're going to take another variation of that. So come back to the breath. Again, you can take a Sphinx Pose. Repeat what we just did or try to lift both legs. So rock side to side. Hide the arms again. Similar to what you do in fish. Rest the chin of the forehead on the mat and back to the breath. As you inhale, press into the backs of the hands, lift both legs off the floor, engage the seat muscles. Good. When you're ready to release, gently lower down, rest on the opposite cheek, release the arms by your side. Good, take a resting breath there. One more back bend. We're going to take a bow pose. You can repeat any of the back bends we just did, or you can bend both knees, reach back and grab the tops of the feet or the ankle. A strap is handy here, so if you have one, take your time to wrap it around the legs. You can rest on the chin for a moment or the forehead. So come back to the breath, shoulders relaxed. As you inhale, start to kick the feet into the hands, peel the thighs out the earth, and peel the heart out. Good. Maybe the big toes touch. If you feel comfortable, you can roll to the left side. Once you get there, find the consciousness of the bow once again. And roll back into bow pose. Extend. Roll to the right side. Good. Find the bow. And come back to the center, bow pose one more time. If it's available, find skydiving pose. Gently release the tops of the feet. Sweep the arms forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Good. Release the feet. Rock the hips from side to side. Keep the arms wherever they need to be. Take a resting breath here. Good. Whenever you're ready, you can come back to a Sphinx Pose for a moment. I'm going to show you the next twist. If this isn't in your practice and you don't want to try it, you can roll onto your back and take a reclining spinal twist. Otherwise, you can come back to the way the legs were before. You're going to separate your arms into a T pose so the legs come together. Press into the top of the left foot. Reach the right leg up, bend the knee, and drape it over the body. So maybe it touches the floor. Maybe your left hand grabs the foot and pulls it closer to that T shape. Or you can bend the right knee, bring the right foot directly behind the left thigh. Use the right hand to roll onto the shoulder. Stay here for another breath or 2 if you can. Take your time coming in if you're not in already. Or again, a spinal twist from your backside. Feel a nice gentle stretch through the shoulder. Good. When you're ready to release, you roll onto your abdomen. Reset. Find the T shape with the arms. Press into the top of the right foot. Let the left toes extend up. So it's kind of like that back bend we did before. Then you bend the knee and open the hips. You can stay here like this, or maybe grab hold of that foot and bring the arm back into that T shape. Or you can try that other variation, just getting more into the shoulder. Keep the arms wide. Draw the left foot to the back side of the right leg. Use the left arm to roll yourself onto the shoulder. So this can be quite intense on the shoulder and the hip. So take good care coming in. Make sure you settle into the breath. Good. One more breath. When you're ready to release, gently roll onto your belly. Good. Bring your hands by your side, underneath the shoulder rather, and press back, child's pose. Any variation of child's pose, drawing the hips back onto the heels. Good. Breathe into the low back and try to let go of any tension. If you need more space in the back, let the knees come wide and let the belly fall to the floor. You can feel that the low back releases a lot of tension there. Good. Whenever you're ready, you can gently roll yourself up to set. Take a moment wherever you are, and we're going to take the final spinal twist. So if you're in hero's pose, shift the hips to the left side. Bring the right foot across the body. You can extend the left leg straight out in front, or you can try to bend the knee and draw the heel towards the seat. And place the hands around the shin, find that nice length in the spine. Reach the left arm up and relax the shoulder. You can take it across the body, press the back of the arm into the knee, find a little counter force there, and set your gaze over the right shoulder. Slide the heel of that right palm as close to the midline of the body. Use it like a kickstand. So you don't want to rest in this pose. You're growing and twisting, at the same time relaxing. When you're ready to release, we'll find a counter stretch to the other side. Bring the heart forward, reach the hands over to the left. The right hand may or may not reach the floor, it's okay. Soft bend in the elbow, lower your shoulders towards the wrist. It's okay if the seat comes off the floor a little bit on this one. When you're ready to release, roll yourself up. Twist on the other side. Take your time setting yourself up, bending the right knee or straightening it out in front. Make sure you're not sitting on that right heel. Both sit bones touch the earth, lengthen the spine. Take a moment, come back to the breath. As soon as you're ready, the right arm reaches out, relax that shoulder and take it across the body. Press the back of the arm into the thigh. Take a look across that left shoulder. If you have a sense of neck, keep your gaze in line with the chest. Take good care of that neck. Ground through the sit bones, growing nice and tall, and the shoulders relax. When you're ready to release, find the counter stretch to the opposite side. Gently bring the arms forward, walk them to the right edge of the mat, and start to fold over the wrist. I'm not going too deep here, it's just a nice little counter stretch. Good. When you're ready to release, press yourself up to sit. Bring the arms behind you and release the legs if the knees are bent. You can shake out the legs, lift the arms up in front, and lower yourself back. Careful off stage. Yeah. So find a nice comfortable position on your mat. Lie back, comfortable. Just for a moment, bend the knees and walk the heels to the outer edges of the mat. Bring the knees to touch, squeeze them together for a moment. Feel the back of the head press into the earth. You can bring your arms wide. Let the knee fall towards the floor, the left knee, twisting into that. Then gently switch to the other side. Let the right knee fall in. We're going to do 2 more each side. You could be a little more dynamic if you wish. Just getting rid of that tension so we can relax. Good. And 1 more on each side. Good. Come back to the center. You can extend the legs down the mat, or you can find Baddha Konasana to rest in Shavasana this way. So if you have any blocks here that can support the knees, you place them under the thighs and let the knees relax on them. Let the inner seam of the hips relax. Bring your arms alongside the body so the palms face up. Feel the back of the head press into the earth so the spine is long and straight. Take a few breaths into any areas of tension until that tension slowly releases. With each exhale, you can consciously relax just a little bit more. Feel the shoulders relax, the muscles of the face, the hips, the legs. If you're in that butterfly pose and it doesn't feel right, just extend the legs. Take these few breaths to just get yourself comfortable so you can fully relax. Gently leaving the breath by itself. Feel the whole body relax. Allow the body to be nice and heavy, melting into the earth. You have the full weight of the earth below you to support you, keep you safe. Allow the whole body to remain relaxed. You can stay here as long as you need. If you're ready to come out of the relaxation, you can invite some movement to the wrists and ankles. Take any stretches you need before you come up to sit. Curling up to a fetal position on either side. Rest down there. And whenever you're ready, press up to sit. Comfortable seat. Lengthen the spine, relax the face. Press your hands on your knees or in your lap. With gratitude, we'll end this practice with 1 Om and 3 Shantis.